Hello. So today I wanted to talk about making a skirt out of a round tablecloth. This is the first dress that I made using not only one but two round tablecloths. Full circle skirt, obviously. This orange piece up here is the piece that I cut off from the center and then I just cut another hole and added some little lace to go with the lace on this that someone already put there. So this is an old sheet. This isn't my best work, but this was the first one I made. This is maybe, I'm not sure, I have another one. I'm not sure in which order I made this, but this is another one. So this is a very basic dress, the white part made from an old sheet. And then I just cut a hole in this yellow round tablecloth and I sewed it on, and I used the cutout part, the round cutout part, to make a strip to bind the neckline. Obviously it's not a bias tape strip, so it's all wrinkly, but I think it's cute anyway. And then I had a couple of strips left over that I put here. And then I have this one. This is so comfortable. Obviously a round tablecloth, has some woven checks in it, a little floof on the edge. I made a underskirt out of an old sheet. This is too a circle skirt that I sewed this 7-meter long, seriously, 7 meters long what's it called? Floof. You know what it is, right? Because I mean, it's cute, and the green part is also a tablecloth, linen. I kept the edge on for the sleeves, and then I have this. This is just pink bias tape, and this edge, no, not edge, this strip of ribbon. I have a piece left over that I usually tie in my hair. So I'm in love with this concept, right? I also have a skirt. I'm going to get that one. A skirt. Not sure what type of fabric, probably some cotton blend thing, but it has a adorable lacy edge and these embroidered little flowers on, and I mean it's sheer-ish, so I usually wear the petticoat with this one, and this is seriously just a round tablecloth that I cut a hole and put an elastic in. Super easy and super cute. Now, I'm going to change out, it's hot. So here is the collection of round tablecloths that I mounted over a couple of years. I mean, I go there thrifting almost every week, and they speak to me. But I have obviously been collecting them in a pile over a couple of years and not just making anything with them. So I thought I'd change that now. So you can see there are a couple of different lengths here. This one hasn't been hemmed, and this is also the longest one. Now I know when you make something out of a round tablecloth, right? You measure here and you cut a hole. I know exactly how much I should cut off to make the hole big enough, and because I am in my comfort era, I would say, I measure my waist sitting down, because my waist expands quite significantly when I sit, and I don't want my clothes to be tight on me when I sit. So I measure my waist sitting down, and then I do the math, and I come up with a radius, because these are obviously all folded in quarters. So what you do is you measure from the inner corner here, if that is all you want. I mean, I also know how long I want my skirts to be. I want them to be knee length. And I mean, if you're skinny, you only need to take out maybe 10 centimeters up here to make a small hole. That will leave you with quite a bit of length. And I wonder where my so I know I want my skirts to be knee length. I have measured that several times. I know how much that is. In this case, to make it knee length, I would have to cut the hole from here. And that would mean that I won't fit into the hole. So if I cut out the hole big enough to make me fit into it, sitting down, that would make the skirt shorter. Obviously, I have options. I mean, the green part, this green edge thing here is, I think, is the shortest. It's not a completely good circle. Anyway, so what I would do, again is make it so that the skirt has its own petticoat, sort of, that hangs down underneath. Like with the 7-meter long I hate menopause. And I can't even think about the word in Swedish. Okay, in Swedish it's volang. In English, no, not working. Anyway, you have options. Like with this long one. To make that knee length, I could cut it here. That would be a very, very fluffy, poofy circle skirt if I just put an elastic in. As with this light pink one and this white with the scalloped edge here, if you can see that. Now I can combine all these, of course, into nice things, obviously. So what I'm thinking for today is I'm going to combine the biggest one here with this shorter one that is on top. I'm going to combine those, and so that the under part is at the knee where I want it. Because if I cut a hole that I fit into, it will be too short. So I don't like short anymore. And I also don't like this length, because this would be somewhere around 10 or 15 centimeters below the knee if I just cut the hole big enough for me to sit in, and I don't like that. So I'm going to cut the hole and combine the two and take it from there. So I have a ruler and a pencil. So I'm just going to start measuring. Maybe it's easier with the tape measure. I mean, I just had it. There. So I know my math. You do your math. I'll put the formula down in the description so that you can do it. It's very simple. And then you just mark out the and don't forget seam allowance. You should take out the seam allowance from the cut out part. So when I want to make my hole big enough, I always use 1 centimeter as a seam allowance. So I removed 1 centimeter from the radius, and that will make the hole the right size when the dress or skirt is finished. and not slightly too big, which isn't necessarily a bad thing though, but when you have a limited amount of fabric. So I walked it out, scissors, so in the interest of zero waste, obviously you could use this for something. So that's the one, and this one is already hemmed. So I won't be needing to do anything more with this until I actually sew the thing together. So I'm going to put that aside. Now for the bigger circle, like I said, I know how long I want it. But also this one isn't hemmed, so I'm going to do that first. No, I am going to measure and cut and then hem. So I will, the measurement that I want my skirts to be from the waist to the hem is 54 centimeters. So I will add 1 centimeter for the seam allowance there, and one up where I cut. So I will cut this at 56 centimeters from the hem, sorry, from the edge where there will be a hem. So 56 here. So I'll measure from, what is better? So now I have a mark here. So I measure from that mark up to the pointed edge here, and I can see that that is 34 centimeters. So I mark it over here and over here and some places in between, so that I can cut out a fairly circular piece. There's some machine outside that's humming very loudly. Anywho, I'm going to cut out the circle and hem the thing. This is quite thin, and I'm going to practice that rolled hem foot again. It was seriously made for circle skirts. So that's where I'm going to practice that. Wish me luck. So the rolled hem turned out real nice. Pays off to practice. I've been searching through my remnants bin and the general floor area here to find a somewhat matching fabric to make the Did I say I hate menopause? No, can't remember. To make a channel for the elastic. I don't like things that are tight on me. So I like elastic. Waistband, that's the word I'm looking for. The waistband. Elastic waistband. I haven't found any somewhat matching. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this big circle. Turn it into strips. Now my elastic is it's an inch-ish thick, wide. It's 2.5 centimeters, and I have learned the hard way that 2.5 centimeters wide is not really enough for the channel. So I do it 3 centimeters, and it sits comfortably in there. So I need 6 centimeters and 1 centimeter on each side. So I need strips that are 8 centimeters wide, and obviously the length of my circumference when I'm sitting down. I'm not going to tell you that number. But that's so that it fits nicely on the smaller hole. So I'm going to cut this up into strips and then sew the strips into a longer strip, and then I'll check back. So I cut this circle up. I have this, which will be the front. It's the biggest piece. And then 2 slightly smaller pieces that will meet in the back. I will sew them together first. Serge these edges and top stitch that down, very secure, and then I will iron everything and make a little trick. I'll show you. So I have my waistband here. I sewed it, top stitched, ironed it in half. So now I am going to serge those edges that will meet in the back. I'm going to serge them first. And then, okay, so let's see, this is the outside. Pin them together. I have the ironed crease there, that is obviously to line that up. And just a couple of pins so that doesn't move around. And then I will sew this together with the 1 centimeter seam allowance, and I will sew 1 centimeter on this side here, or not, it's up to you really, but the important part is to sew the 1/2 and not the other, so that I can pull the elastic through there. So if I start on this end, I will sew to the center, backtrack, and then skip 2.5, 3 centimeters and just finish that up on the end. And then there will be a little gap there to pull the elastic through. I will then iron these to both sides and top stitch it down, obviously. So let's see. So now this is the center back. I will mark out the center back, the center front, and the 2 sides, and pin everything together so that it's you know, nice and even all the way around. That will take a while, so I'm doing that on the sofa. So I've sewn it together, and I have sort of sandwiched the what was that word again? Waistband, sorry, waistband, in between the 2 fabrics. So technically this would be reversible, if you don't mind having a little, where is that, opening here. Of course you can close that up if you want, but anyway, so the next thing is I will serge this and then turn it the right way, a top stitch like I always do. So the serging is done. It's a lot of fabric here. And so this is the one side with the other fabric hanging just below. And if I turn it inside out, it's a pleated skirt. So, like I said, I will iron it, and then I will top stitch, maybe not the full centimeter down, maybe 1/2 centimeter. And then it's just the elastic. So it's almost done. So I decided to skip on the top stitching, and it's the elastic that is needs to be doing, and this is how I decide how much to put in. This is a recently almost finished project, so I just I used to use myself as a guide, or to measure around my own body, but that never worked out. So I had to shorten, and in this case, this is a lot heavier than this, so I'm just going to take the exact there and cut that off, and then I overlap 2 centimeters or something, because it needs to be tight to hold everything up. So, well, that's it. I'm going to use the safety pin to pull the elastic through, and then it's done. Yeah, the elastic is in. And I measured it, and I did the math, and the elastic is 70% of my circumference sitting down, which is this all the way out to where the fabric says, oh no, not more. 70%. I will now try this on with something cuter. So here I have a poofy petticoat. Whoa. So I turned it the other way. Still poofy petticoat underneath. I have a ton of these little jackets.